Masechet Hullin Daf Samachet Amud Aleph, 7 lines down by the Gemara. The first case of the Mishnah where the limb of the animal came out, fetus. So that limb that came out of the sword, even though it was slaughtered, even though it went back in before the metal was slaughtered. My time know why. That Makrat because it says Ubasar Basade lo terefa lo tochelu. Meat in the field, terefa you should not eat. Kivan sheyasa basar hamut min asar. Once it left the bounds, basically out of bounds, is considered asur. Tanam Mishnah says that the animal is difficult to labor. The animal took its leg out and put it back in. Then it was slaughtered. Mutar, I can eat it. My love, maybe it's referring to the actual limb, and it's still mutar. The Gemara says, the fetus. That not the limb. Gemara says, yeah, why would you say even what's the hidush? If it's the fetus, even if they did not put back the limb inside, the fetus is mutar. The Gemara says, who I did not pagat the right. Even if it did not put the limb back inside, the idea the cut, but since the second part of the Mishnah wanted to teach you hidush, if the fetus put out its head, even though it put it back in, it's mutar. So therefore, the first case as well mentioned put it back as well, but in a Hanami did not need that. But what's the hidush of the second case? They came in that the fetus's head coming out is considered birth, and therefore it's asur. The Mishnah says elsewhere, what's considered a bachor regarding inheritance, but not a bachor for kohanim? Haba har nefalim, something that comes after the birth of a nefel. Okay, so a bachor animal. So a bachor in general has a special halacha for humans is that he gets double portion in inheritance, and at the age of 1 month he has pidyon ben. He gets redeemed from the kohanim. So he's able to be considered a quasi bachor. He's a bachor for double portion, but not bachor for redemption. And that is if he's born after a miscarriage. Even if the nefel stuck its head out, the miscarried baby that ended up being a stillborn baby stuck its head out while it was alive. Or let's say it came after a 9-month-old baby that came out dead. Tamad sounds like the reason why it came out, the head came out dead. But the head came out alive. Then the second child would not even be considered a bachor for inheritance. So it sounds like the only reason why this boy who was born after the miscarriage gets inheritance doubled, right? So everybody agrees he's not pidyon ben. Maybe inheritance doubled because the first baby's head came out only while it was dead. But it sounds like if it did not, came out was alive, was considered a full-fledged baby, and therefore he wouldn't, the second child will not be considered a bachor for inheritance. If that's the case, why does Amr Mishnah teach it here as well? Where it says, maybe you want to say, Ashmin Badam, that's only regarding to humans. Like Kamashim Bimam is therefore teaching us the animals. Why can't we learn from each other? Because the animal, and the reason why you should not learn from human from an animal because the animal does not have a chamber or by the womb. A human does. You can't learn from human from an animal. The hashay parsuf panim because the human's faces are different and animals are not. But the thing is, we see elsewhere that doesn't apply because Mishnah says if a amniotic sac, the sac of a baby comes out before an animal, before it's slaughtered, asura b'achila, you can't eat it afterward. Kisiman v'lad ba'isha, same thing is regarding to a woman. If that amniotic sac comes out by a woman, it's considered a child. Kachsiman v'lad b'imah, so applies to an animal as well. So if that's the case, we see that they have the equivalent halachot. So again, question comes back again, why does not apply both? Maybe you want to say specifically if you drew back its hand in the first case, it's mentioned specifically, Tanaseva Aturesha. That's why the second case was taught to prove against the first case, second case of the head first against the first case of the hand. He wants to say both cases are not required to have it put back in. Why did the Mishnah have to mention it at all? Right? So we just kind of prove that we don't need it. That's okay. Why would mention pull back at all? The one says la the olam abar really was mutar when Mishnah says mutar, it's talking about the animal, the fetus. With the Kamar Rahman in the question before he said back, I said before why you need this if we know that already. Okay, the halacha is no, it's not a case where it got cut off. It's not a case, even though you want to say, oh, the fetus is mutar inside with the hidush. Well, the question is where the limb was coming out from the womb, that cutoff point and then they pull back in, it's considered mutar from the animal. When the mother got slaughtered, it's mutar up until that point. Okay. Tashma's main proof. بمعنى خشاية the animal's difficult labor, هتيجي بعد تدوب الإسراع, the fetus stuck its hand out, stuck it back in, بأخر شحات the mother يصور the animal. The mother, mutar يخلي can eat it. شحات يقول he slaughtered the mother while the limb was sticking out. And then they pulled it back in. أسرع بأخر you can't eat it. هتيجي تدوب بأخر if it's still stuck out the leg, the animal stuck out his leg and you cut it off. The achakav the limb slaughtered the animal. Shiba who's tameh ba'asur. The limb that got cut off outside is tameh and zasur. B'shabil fnim tahor mutar. Inside is tahor. It's not considered nevela and it's mutar to eat. Shahat immob achachadachov. You slaughtered the mother first and then you cut it off that hand that was sticking out. Habasar ma'agad nevela. The flesh of the fetus and the mother is tameh for nevela. Divided be meir something meir. It's considered every minachai. I'm say. Maga terefa shechuta is considered taref. Ktan resha, regardless, we see in the first part of the Braita. Otzi uber titov as achar shahad lim mutar v'achlan, mutar. Mar leveir must be proof for the limb. Why says la? What's one tefidus? Yeah, about the fetus. In the same for the next part, Braita says shahad yemo v'achar chalev zero. You slaughter the mother, then you the leg went back in. Asur v'achar you can't eat it. The ubar is not the fetus. I'm asur. Why is it asur? Mar says no. Kida amar Yitzhak amar Nachma Yitzhak. Teach you the following. لو نسي خلق إلا مكان حطها ثم كيس ورجع cut off أخرام لو نسي خلق مكان حطها teaching the hidush of the cut off point. Now 1 second, even if the limb went back in, it's أسور بهاكي أترى بمير ما بين حزايا تبعت مثل البداية. Parsa هيصير أخو. A hoof that went back in, you can eat. Perasot هيصير أخو. Hooves that went back in, you can eat. My lab seemingly هيصير parsa أخو parsa. If the leg got stuck back in, you can eat it. Whereas la hexir parsa achol ubar. If the fetus put back its hoof inside the animal, his mother, you can eat the entire fetus. Ew, bar now the fetus. My area hexir I feel like nami was the dahidush we said it before. Even the fetus is also mutar. The Gemara says no, same thing. Amar nachmar sak. The point of cut. Now the Mishnah, the Braita, mentioned two different cases of hoof, one hoof and hooves. Malab hadle, ver hadle kom hatach. Maybe it's one case. One is teaching you that the limb that went out is mutar, and one is the place of the cutoff is mutar. One is for the place of cutoff. Other is teaching you that a creature that was born with joined hooves in the belly of a cow, right? So generally there has to be split hooves. Why mention hooves? It's one case where the hooves are not split, but it's found in the mother of a cow. So now. According to Bishmon, the Amar Bishmon says Kalut ben Para Asur, a creature with joined hooves born into a cow with another kosher animal is mutar. That only is when he went out. So it's only if it's still inside, you find it inside it's asur. But if it's outside it's asur. But if it's not born, if you find it inside it's mutar. Now Ula Amar Yochanan, the limb that comes out of the womb and went back in is mutar. So we have opinion to say it's asur. Where I said who will give us the dust of Rav and Shmuel that we can fill our eyes with? Meaning, I wish I could find out the wisdom. Elahachi Amar Rabbi Yohanan, he says the following. Hakol hayu bechlal basar bas dechalu. All these things are considered tarefot. Once they go out, they're taref. Therefore, when the pasuk specifies afterward, regarding Kuman Hatat that went outside and went back in, Asur is Asur. Hatat the Paratach Ma'abarna. The only mentions this simply by the Torah mentions by the Hatat that it's Asur when it goes out. Avakom Bele, but anything else that goes out, Kevin the Hadut Sharia is long back in Mutar. So to over here regarding the limb as well as Mutar. Method, I have a question. Basar Basar Pasuk says you can have Tarif. Matalam what's the Hidush in the field? The fish Masino Ma'aser Bishne Bukurim. Simply found Ma'aser Shani Bikurim, Sha'afa Pishiatzula, Hotin Tatan Vahazrov, as long as they go out, even if they leave and they go back into the bounds, between the Mutar, Yachol Avzez can maybe also regarding this halacha as well, the fetus. Tell no more difference, but also terefa, it stays taref. Matana was the hidush. Maraba, boy, how do you know that? Maraba, but kitrefa is like a taref. Matrefa came and terefa, shivana, that just like a terefa can never be fixed. Abba Sar came and she saw the Hosmita, true, ain't all hitash is like meat as well. Once it leaves, it does not have any fix. Tufta de Ula, to question against to Ula, to Tufta is a good question. Because seemingly, it can never be mutar again. Question against Ula. Maramor, the fish machine the Masa Shuni Bukurim to be found around Masa Shuni Bukurim that if they go out there as they're mutar, Hech machine will refine this. We said this before. Dictate lo tuchal le'echol b'sharecha ma'aser de'ganecha. B'sharecha hod lo tuchal, you can't eat it in your fields, in your outside cities of Yerushalayim Ma'aser Shuni Bukurim. Aviasu hosim tetan v'hazru, but if they went outside and went back to Yerushalayim, mutarin, they're mutar. B'ma'aravu ma'atan get to learn in Eretz Yisrael. And that's how they learned about well. That's how they learned. Rav Amar Yesh Ledava Ivrim. Rav holds that there's such thing as birth for limbs that come out, but Rav Hanamar and Ledava Ivrim. Rav Hanan is not considered birth. Therefore, Rav would hold that if it goes out, it's considered born, and even if it goes back in, it can't be eaten. My banana was the hidush. Ika banana lemisel mi'ut ever b'shimfim. What's the difference in the machlokets? Is the difference would be over here whether or not a minor portion of them that went out is inside is not. Meaning, according to the first version, of the machloket, when something goes out as a sewer, only the part that went out. But according to the second version, where it's considered a birth, as long as the majority went out, the entire limb's out sewer, even this part that's inside. Ibaradu. The Derbe Homer in the Delibin, according to the opinion, says no such thing as a birth for a limb. Hosi Haubara to the leg came out and back in. Then a different leg went out and back in. Actually, she molded the bone, and he managed to do most of his body like that. Ma was a chabim, and it kind of affected the bra. We say, well, majority went out, even though it wasn't at the same time. Well, Dima came into that, or do we say the ones that went back in? Mar says. If you want something that went back in, it stays back in, therefore it makes a difference. If an animal stuck out his leg and you cut it off, and you cut it from another leg that went out, actually, to call majority the body, do we say, oh, the majority went out, therefore it's considered mutar, and majority born? Or do we say that we need a majority the whole time? Gemara says, Tashman's making proof. Mishnah says, this is the general rule. Anything that's considered part of the animal is anything that's considered part of the animal's body is asur. If it's not considered part of the animal, it's mutar. What does that mean? It's not part of the animal. Just about this case where it was you're cutting off pieces of the animal as it came out, teaching you that it's not considered born, but mutar. Rashi left knuckles. The asur is included in case kalut b'mei para. In case of the creature with the joint hooves, even though he also has a sword joint hooves. When it got born of but inside the mother's womb is mutar. No proof against this halacha of partial birth at a time.